everyone, and welcome to Mr. Mo Dynasty. It's episode 1. We are back with college football. It's NCAA College Football 26, and I'm here to introduce you to the Mesa State Monsters. Mesa, Arizona, beautiful city in the heart of Arizona. It is the third most populated city in Arizona after Phoenix and Tucson. But did you know it is the most populated city in the United States not to have an FBS school? That is, until a wealthy businessman, quote, donated a large sum of the NCAA money. When you bring that money, you bring some opportunity to get your school fast-tracked. And that is how a team that is overall 27 on offense, 27 on defense, and 27 overall, how does that team make it to the FBS? Well, you see how it happens. Fast-tracked by finance. And so, we bring you the Mesa State Monsters. Now here are the Dynasty house rules I am playing by this year. I will be starting off on All-American difficulty. Some games will be played on Heisman, but by default, because I am starting out with such a bad team, we will be starting with All-American difficulty. I can get fired. If I do, I will take a job with the worst team that offers with the same Dynasty rules. I kicked out Hawaii and replaced them with Mesa State, and we are starting as a 0-star rated independent school, so I'm not in any conference. I've got to earn that, and as a 27, that's going to be some work. I will be playing with a great deal of variety that I have house ruled myself. I've included positional coaches such as wide receiver coach, I've put in wide receivers coach, linebacker coach, the boosters. Like, I have a lot of things the game doesn't have yet that I hope they will one day. I have weekly upgrades, random events, etc., to add spice to the Dynasty. I also play on variable quarter length, meaning that I will roll to see how long the quarters are. Some games may be 7 minutes long, some games may be 9 minutes long. It just depends on the roll. That way it doesn't feel like each game is 35-28. Some days it'll be a 14-10 game, and sometimes it might be 65-52. It just depends sometimes on the variable quarter length. On defense, I will try, once the play starts, I try to stay locked on the same player and not switch to try to keep the defense to be a little bit more fair. I will remain at Mesa State to try to win the national title. I'm not going to be voluntarily switching teams. I'm in this to win it with Mesa State. As for my conference allegiance, I do start off as an independent. My goal is, though, to eventually work my way through the conferences that give me the best chance to win a title. For my playbook in year 1, I will run multiple offense and multiple defense playbooks. After that, I will only be able to run the playbook of the state or style of the coordinator. So if the coordinator is from Tennessee and runs a veer, then I can either run the Tennessee playbook or the veer offense, but it's going to be down to one of those two things. But for the first year, it's multiple offense and multiple defense because I don't actually know what the states are that these coordinators are from, but I will certainly know that at the end of the season. I will not be allowed to edit the playbook unless a random event tells that I can. So I definitely learned from College 25, once you start editing the playbook, you can really start to put in the awesome plays and take out the bad plays. And while that would make me more efficient, it did make it start to become a little too easy. So I want this to be a very difficult rebuild with Mesa State, and I want to have to claw and scratch my way to the top. And at overall 27, it will be hard. I'm also using the slowest setting on Coach XP to make it harder to level up as a coach. So it's going to take a lot of time to do the leveling up. Now, they did give me 100 points for buying the game early, but I'm not even allowed to upgrade my coach unless a random event tells me that I can. So that may seem like an unfair boost, but like I said, I have a wealthy benefactor who did get us fast-tracked, and so those points are just going to be in the bank, but I'm not even allowed to spend them right away. My recruiting house rule is one of my biggest factors that I think will make this series fun, and that is I will only be able to recruit players equal to my team's star ranking, rounding down. Now, I am a 0-star program to begin with, but there are no 0-star players, so I will be recruiting 1-star players, but I cannot recruit anyone other than a 1-star player until our team becomes a 2-star program. So even as a 1-star or a half-star or a 1.5 stars, I'm still only allowed to recruit at 1 stars until I reach 2 stars, or until a special random event allows me to do so. So there might be some exceptions to the rule, but that is the house rule that I think makes the recruiting a lot more fun. When you start this game, as I learned in 25, a lot of times you're going for that first year as a one-star program, you're going after 4 stars and 3 stars, and the 3 stars were really good players last year, and I felt like the rebuilds went faster than they probably should have. So that is this big limiting factor I'm putting on the house rule this year. I can only recruit equal to the star level that I'm at. And then as far as scheduling goes, I can't even cheese that. The athletic director, who's out of my hands, will be rolling dice to determine my non-conference schedule at the start of the year. So I'll be going over all that with you. These are the house rules I'll be playing with this year with College Football 26 with the Mesa State Monsters. I hope you are looking forward to it as much as I am. If you are, please subscribe if you haven't already. Smash that like button and tell a friend. Coach Mo is back with the Mesa State Monsters. Can't wait to get started. Thanks for watching. Have a great day.